Riven and Morgana pressing the attack. Riven using a potion, getting ignited and falling back, but that was a very risky exchange on both parties. Udyr finding himself merely 90 HP from death. I would say Janna could have positioned herself just a little bit better with that ultimate to keep her team alive. Perhaps get a little bit of that danger away once she realized that Morgana had completed her hourglass. I believe that's what she used, yes. She completed her hourglass somewhat unexpectedly. Jax takes top tower as he pushes the creep lane fairly easily. His team losing middle, but that's what's important. If your team does lose a team fight, it's always best, as I've learned from watching StarCraft replays, if you do lose a team fight, it's best to, at the very least, push a lane and get a tower. Because now you've given your team that gold to make up what they just lost. As you can see, it's still 11-9. There hasn't been much action, no confirmed kills in a while. So that team fight, even though no one died middle, it was good of Jax to push the lane and keep the advantage. Galio kills a ward at River. Taric lost his oracles, unfortunately, and he's just been having a terrible time of this game. He hasn't died recently, but losing oracles and not having much farm pretty much takes you out of the picture altogether. As long as Udyr is able to keep his oracles and keep his mobility, they're just going to have a even tougher time of keeping money because his wards will just be destroyed over and over again. That's the most annoying part. It's the part I hate the most, is when you have someone just destroying your wards. It just feels like they're doing it to you personally. Terrible. Arahi with the blue buff, just trying to poke at Graves middle, but we have a team fight possibly going down middle, or at least they're going to be setting up one. Jax rotating middle, Galio towards River. Arahi catching Galio off guard. Not off guard, but catching Galio. And Galio retreating back towards top lane, and Riven perhaps lingering middle. Nope, they go back towards River gladly because Galio had backed up a little too far. He wouldn't have been in position to help his team very much. Oh no, Taric for some reason getting caught by Arahi's. Must have been got caught by Arahi's, what is the name of that ability? So I don't have to. I'm sorry, Charm. Sorry about that. I should know her ability, the name of it, but try to just memorize it by W, Q, and E. Arahi, if she can land another charm, now that they know that they're there, possibly in this bush, it's usually the standard place. I wouldn't be surprised if she throws out a charm blindly towards that area to possibly have someone come towards them. The fake out Baron attempt. And right now, the purple team, with their lack of vision and wards because of Udyr's constant destruction of them, they notice that a ward has been placed down at Baron. In terms of farm, we have the top farmer being Graves, actually, with 220 CS, with a completed Phantom Dancer right now and an agility potion. On the blue team, their highest farmer is Tristana, which is to be expected, but overall the team seems fairly even in terms of farm. We have pretty consistent numbers, with Jax and Riven being consistent, though Jax really should have more. Sorry about that, got a little distracted by looking at their items. Right now we have a failed team fight middle anyway. We have a setup here at the bush, but I'm sure purple will not be willing to stick around. Another ward gets placed down, and again, it's a waste. I'm sure They're just trying to keep them back so they can actually get Dragon. But without that ward, it just got destroyed. They might be a little too scared to actually finish this Dragon attempt. No, it looks like they're going to get it. Blue team doesn't look like they're interested at all in trying to contest Dragon for the first time. Actually, no one's contested Dragon at all this game, but Blue gave up Dragon for the first time. They didn't seem to care about it. They seem very intent on making this Baron fight happen. Purple team backing up right now. They destroy the ward at Baron. Now both teams will realize that each other are there and possibly back off, though. Right now, they're actually going through with the Baron attempt. They put a ward, they can see Morgana is there, but they don't see anybody else coming in. Galio has been seen coming in through River, coming down, but gets caught. Janna uses her ultimate, pushes it back. Unfortunately, Janna doesn't use her ultimate to cancel Galio's ultimate, and Galio puts his ultimate down, catching almost their entire team with it. With Riven and Morgana's ultimate together, just too much damage. They did kill Baron, however. It was glitched out. I couldn't see him the whole time they were fighting. But they kill Baron. 3 of them live, which was impressive because between Galio's ultimate and Morgana's ultimate, you would think they'd be rooted long enough for someone to die, but someone else more to die than just 2. Arahi and Udyr falling. Janna, Tristana, and Jax, though, should actually have a fairly decent chance at defending because of their poke, their range, and the fact that they still have Baron buff. Purple team does win that team fight. They have to back up, and they're only able to get a tower, not the inhibitor. It looks like Udyr has completed his Aegis of the Legion, and he's going for a Frozen Mallet with a Phage and Giant Belt. Hex Drinker, or Hextech Gunblade, sorry, finished on Jax. Infinity Edge finished on Tristana. 6 and 2 on Arahi, still proving to be very effective with her burst. Going for Abyssal Scepter and the Death Grasp for that burst damage and high nuking capabilities, which has so far paid off. If she's able to land Charm consistently, then that's a good item build, simply because she doesn't need to do high consistent amount of damage. She simply needs to land a Charm, burst somebody down, and then allow the team fight to progress 5 versus 4. And this is the problem of having wards that actually live for a long time. So you have a few wards that are up and available, but they won't really reveal anything because the blue team has no need to be in their jungle anymore. At least that far into the jungle at this point of the game. And even if they are, their farm will be, their ability to farm the jungle will be far too quick for the ward to even really matter. Looking at the items again, we have a lot of completed high-level items in terms of Banshee's Veil on Galio, making him even more tanky. He finally gets a bit of armor with Chains Vest. Morgana has a Rabadon's Death Cap. Tark getting a few more items, but he's actually far behind Janna. I'm not sure why Galio wasted his ultimate right there with Arahi's ultimate up. Riven finding herself being caught off guard, even using her shield very effectively, almost getting away, forcing them to use the Ignite. Graves with his ultimate picking up the kill, and it looks like there's going to be a cleanup kill from Purple team rotating. No, Janna and Tristana jumping over, finally getting away. A team fight turning around with Udyr landing a stun. But no, Galio picks up the kill on Arahi and Tristana. And it looks like Udyr finally goes down with a little bit of a few mistakes there. I thought the turnaround would have happened in favor of Purple team a little better, but Riven was able to kite back perfectly using her shield, maybe forcing them to go back past the tower when they really shouldn't have. They were a little overconfident. Graves falling, Riven falling, but Galio picking up a kill with Tarek actually living. That's good. As strange as it's say, Tarek didn't die. That was a team fight. Well done. I mean, he only died 4 times, but still. Jack's jumping in right now. It looks like Janna and him will be making their stand to try to protect the inhibitor, but it doesn't work out so well. They're able to actually land quite a bit of damage, and it doesn't look like 3 versus 2. They just keep running. They're not going to be able to turn this around. Jax seems to be unafraid, and Janna landing what slow she can, but with the team back up, blue will be pushing middle. It doesn't look like anybody on the blue team has the Baron buff anymore, of course. With Udyr just dying, he lost his oracles, and now Tarek's wards can go throughout the map unmolested, but at this point he really doesn't have much in terms of being warded, as they are going to be pushing up middle.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Purple team getting that inhibitor down, though, they might be able to press that advantage, the fact that they don't have to really worry too much about middle lane. It'll take blue team a bit of farming and a bit of this next team fight. They'll have to try to get purple out of position, or at least initiate the team fight and get a quick kill. If they're unable to initiate and get a kill, I'm not sure if they're gonna be able to survive a prolonged team fight with Galio's ultimate, Morgana's ultimate. They have a lot of AoE, high burst AoE capabilities here, and so far everyone's done a very good job of getting out of damage once Galio's ultimate has gone away, but Tristana oftentimes using her ultimate a bit too early. Right there, she used her ultimate before that team fight at Baron too early, causing her team to be full durationed by Galio. Now that he has Banshee's Veil, it's going to be very, very hard to interrupt him. Maybe that's what she thought, but again, just land a tornado on him to get that off, and right now he doesn't have the buff up. Looks like purple will be pushing top tower for some reason. Riven getting caught by Arahi, and we have a initiation by Galio getting off his ultimate. Again, full duration, though no one puts out any damage. Galio is behind the tower, and purple finds themselves. Finally, Janna getting off a very good ultimate, splitting up the purple team. Riven getting absolutely melted by Arahi, who's going to look like he's going to chase him down. Tristana getting the kill on Morgana. Arahi getting the kill on Riven. Udyr getting the kill on Tarek. And for some reason, purple thought they had the advantage in the game, just overwhelming, and tried to dive the tower. Tried to take the tower and dive it past their team. And their team got ace because of it. And now that Baron's up, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to defend against this. Their respawn timers in another 20 seconds. No, they're going to have no chance of defending against this Baron. And what would have been a fairly big advantage with the inhibitor down, they did get the tower, which was nice, but with the Baron and the ace and the kill advantage, and now the almost 6k, which will be definitely a 6k gold advantage once Baron actually dies. Graves is making his way towards Baron, but far too late. The purple team has the advantage in terms of towers and inhibitors right now, but blue is showing that they have the team fight capability, the smarts not to overextend or dive past a tower. I would have thought that last team fight would have resulted in maybe an inhibitor down middle and then a Baron attempt, but Morgana getting blue buff right now. Alright, I'm going to bring up the tab again. Let's try to take a look at everyone's scores this game. Jax is 3-6 and 0. He has 0 assists, so he's pretty much been the cause of whoever dies on his part. With being top, that's not totally unexpected. Morgana gets blue buff, and teams look like they're backing up in defensive positions, possibly for the last fight of the game. It looks like whoever wins this next team fight possibly will be winning the game. That's pretty much what it comes down to at this point in the game. There's too many towers down for the blue team for them to be able to come back from another team fight loss. This whole game, the purple team has been on the losing side of the game, but only barely in terms of gold. They definitely have the advantage with their base, and their errors come from team play. They definitely have a much more effective team fight composition, but they get caught out, or Arahi catches somebody. In that last team fight, it was actually Janna who was the difference between victory and death there for the blue team, and now it looks like the blue team's content with pushing forward. A team fight's getting started. Morgana pushing in, trying to get off her ultimate, uses her hourglass, gets off her ultimate. Galio going in, using off his ultimate, but he only gets 2 people. It gets a cut off. Udyr falling back right now, and Jax falls to Riven. Oh no, Tristana actually killing Graves, but Riven killing Arahi, and now 2 of the biggest carries for the blue team are down, and Arahi, or not Arahi, but Tristana actually picking up a kill on Riven. Tristana picking up another kill on Taric, and the team fight has just turned around tremendously. Taric and Morgana left to defend against Tristana and Janna, pretty much bottom lane, going in for the victory right now. Tristana using her life leech and attack damage, getting the critical shots off. Unbelievable. Tristana with the excellent play, getting the ace. Well done, Tristana. Using her leaps to really use that mobility to get around and not let people get away. Going well past the tower to get the kill on Galio and turn around and finish off Morgana. And it looks like there's nothing that the other team is going to be able to do. They're just going to be... Graves will be about 5 seconds too late to provide any sort of defense. And that is the end of the game. An 1800 ELO game. And this was provided by the Jax player, JJBaller, who only went 3-7, but Tristana showing how it's done. Tristana and Jaina, who maybe duo queued, and showing how you can really duo queue effectively in high ELO games. I'm sure that they were all on a team or something, but that was a very, very well done game. Maybe Riven could have done a little bit better early game, but that wasn't really her fault. Taric having probably the worst game, because when you compare Taric and Jaina, that's where the real disparity is. Taric dying 6 times, Jaina not dying at all, with 16 assists to 8 assists, so double the assists and 0 deaths to 6. Anyway, I'm Mokinari, and this has been a cast. Thank you for watching.